welcome KCIW listeners at 100.7 FM or online at kciw.org in Brookings, Oregon. Hi to our syndicated listeners as well at KZZH 96.7 FM, Access, Humboldt, Eureka, California. And a special welcome again to our new listeners of KSKQ 89.5 FM, Ashland, and 94.1 FM, Medford, Oregon. This is Joyously Free Radio with me, Joanie Lindenmeyer, the best-selling author of None Better, an amazing love story, and co-author of Joyously Free and Healing Religious Hurts. I'm so glad that you are tuning in today. I'm a resident of Harbor, Oregon, a retired high school teacher, a recent author who has published 3 books in 2 years, created an audiobook, and with friend and film producer Michael Gorse, created a short film called Wowzer. Mike and I are so excited that it has been selected and already shown at the LA Indie Short Films Festival. Wow, truly a wowzer. But most of all, I love being with all of you right now. I love life and love being the producer and host of this high-energy, joyously free radio show, so named by Will and Viv. So let's talk about what the show is all about. It's LGBTQ stories and tips, along with religion, church, faith, spirituality, and most importantly, joy, being joyously free. That's the whole idea, to be joy and full of freedom, hence that title. That is also the title of my second book that I co-authored with Elizabeth Ann Atkins of twosisterswriting.com. And guess what? She's going to be our guest today. So in this radio show, we have 3 things that we pay attention to. No hate speech, no hate behaviors, and no bullying. It will be blasted with 3 C's: courage, confidence, and collaboration. Let's sparkle today. Yahoo! So let's begin with our daily salutation. I say it's a brand new day, and your response is, it's never been lived before. Here we go. It's a brand new day.
It's never been lived before.
Woohoo! I love it. Thank you, Elizabeth. So I've already told you who our guest is today. But besides our salutation, let's do our anytime day prayer. Let's open our hearts as we ask the divine to shine light on our community and our world. I excitedly believe and hope in the power of the spiritual, and that Jesus, God's Spirit, whatever name you put on a higher being, is always with me and always with you. So be not afraid or troubled, saddened or depressed. Joy and peace are an internal expression of love and harmony that is already within us. And yes, we just celebrated Valentine's Day. Of course, that love and harmony is already within us. So let it out. So let's center ourselves. Take a deep breath in with the good and out with doubt. Again, breathe in through your nose with hope and out from your mouth with fears. Last one. Take a big, deep breath in with joy and out with any worry or despair. Let it out. In the name of Mother Earth, Creator God, Jesus, Redeemer, and the blowing winds of the Holy Spirit, we say, hi, love and light. Hi, Jesus. Hi, God. Hi, Spirit. Thank you for being with us on this beautiful day. The reading today I chose from St. Francis de Sales. It's just one simple sentence, but it hit me very, very much in my heart today. It says, follow the ways of your heart and the vision of your eyes. When I read that in prayer today, all I could think about was a world of big hearts, everybody's hearts pumping out of their chest, accepting and celebrating the goodness of everybody and everything. I thought about the vision of your eyes. St. Francis de Sales talks about that, the vision of your eyes. It's not just the vision that you see visibly, but when you close your eyes and you pray or you meditate and you have a vision of sparkles or light or something divine that hits you, that vision of your eyes connects to that big heart in your chest and radiates. So those are my quick little reflections today. I hope they helped you. And so I just want to say, dear Lord, thank you for being with us. Please lift up our friends and our family. May you find divine guidance and healing today. Thank you, Holy One, for hearing, being with us, giving us a heart and eyes to see deeply and compassionately. Let's have a happy day together, everybody. KCIW, KZZH, and KSKQ listeners. Well, I am sitting like 2.5 feet away from our guest today. We are at SWOC, Southwestern Oregon Community College, in room 231 at the South Coast Writers Conference in Brookings, Oregon. And I am here with Elizabeth Ann Atkins, publisher, author, editor, business owner. She is a superstar woman. Our topic today is a writers' conference recap and her, with her sister, Catherine Greenspan, their brand new book called Write Your Book in a Day. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Oh my gosh, Joanie, this is amazing to be here in person. And thank you, Michael Gors, for all that you do. Yeah,
Absolutely.
this is amazing.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy to be here with you, Joanie.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome.
So how are you doing today? You've already done one workshop.
Yeah.
And the big workshop, 6-hour yesterday. How are you doing today?
I'm elated. It is such a beautiful honor to be here to teach all the things to the aspiring authors. And yesterday's workshop, we had 15 people. It was called Write Your Book in a Day. And we spent 6 hours together, and it was really 7 when you add the lunch break. And the synergy of the group was just magical. Everybody was eager, excited, enthusiastic, lots of questions, lots of interaction. It was just spectacular. So it's such an honor to share my expertise.
Oh, fantastic. And at that group yesterday, the people in attendance, age range, talk a little bit about some of the people without naming names, but could you please talk about some of the people present?
It blew my mind. We had high school students and we had people in their 80s. So what a broad range of life experience that they're bringing to the idea of writing a book. And it's always an honor for me to share all that I know of 10 years in business as two sisters writing and publishing, as well as writing and publishing more than 70 books.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your professional career. Oh, my gollies.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the word living experience between the high school student and 80 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give the listeners a recap of your lived experiences, where you're from, how you grew up, just a little background of your lived experiences?
Okay, sure. So I'm from Michigan, and I grew up there, and my sister and I've always loved writing and reading. And so when we got to University of Michigan, we were English majors. I went on to get a master's in journalism from Columbia University in New York City. Catherine got a master's in writing from University of San Francisco. Then she pursued a career in finance, and I started writing books. First, I was a big city newspaper reporter. I've been published in the New York Times and the Detroit News, San Diego Tribune, lots of magazines. And so I started writing books. And I got published by St. Martin's Press, 3 best-selling romantic thrillers, including one that I wrote with Billy D. Williams, the actor. And yeah.
That's
Thank
cool.
you. Thanks. And then I just kept writing books. And Catherine was like, I've got the financial background. Elizabeth, you have the ghostwriting and publishing background. Why don't we start a company? So we started Two Sisters Writing and Publishing in 2016. And now we just celebrated 10 years. And to celebrate that, Joanie, we published a book called Write Your Book in a Day, the blueprint for turning your book dreams into published reality.
Wow.
And it's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere you buy books online, including Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, twosisterswriting.com. And it's our gift to all the aspiring authors out there who need guidance and expertise on how to write, publish, and promote a great book.
Yes. And not just guidance and expertise, but the encouragement, the empowerment that you and Catherine both provide, because it's not an easy thing to do to write a book. It's challenging. It's difficult. And I want to go back to your childhood. Did your mother and father, were they writers?
So Catherine and I grew up watching our father journal every night at the dining room table in steno notebooks with a spiral at the top, and they were like pale green, and he had a pen and he had a distinct handwriting. So we would be doing our homework and he would be writing, and our mother would, in the evening, she was in law school, so she wasn't there. So we saw him as our model of writing, chronicling the day. Wow. And so I later read his journals, which he kept from 1965 until 1990, and I read about my birthday and how he baptized me, like in real time.
Oh my gosh.
And how that was beautiful. And then I got to know my father through reading his journals. So that was beautiful. And then he also insisted that Catherine and I speak the Queen's English.
And what does that mean?
That means if we ever said wrong verbs, we would be corrected immediately and told that it's unacceptable to use wrong verbs.
Oh my golly. Oh my golly.
So we were both straight A students, especially in English. We were the spelling bee champions. We know how to dissect sentences, which they don't do anymore, I guess. But we just mastered grammar, punctuation, English, and we love to read.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Now you put a little fear in me. So now every time I text or email you, I'm going to go, oh my gosh, this is definitely not Queen's English. I think mine was called Joanie's English.
Oh, it's all good. But so that formed a foundation for us to understand excellent writing and speech. However, I think colloquialisms and slang are great. They just have their place. Mm-hmm. So I can use wrong verbs sometimes. Like I'll say ain't if I need to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How does it feel when you say that?
It's liberating.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. What's another example of a verb that might be liberating for you?
It starts with an F, and I don't know that it's appropriate for radio.
Okay. Fruit. Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. Fantastic. Yes. And we don't use that kind of language here too. Exactly. But as a high school teacher, I heard that word quite a bit. And in fact, one of the other words I heard throughout my life is, and everybody, I think you know by now that I am a lesbian, but I would hear very often, you're gay, you're queer. And those were derogatory words back then. I don't think they'd quite fit in the Queen's English.
Oh, no. You know what? For us, being polite and kind was, no matter what you're saying, being polite and kind is more important. Period. Absolutely. So we were taught that too. It's really important. And I think, Joanie, that's a gift that we were taught how to act and be nice people, be kind people, loving people. Therefore, when I have a room full of 15 people who all want to write a book, we're exuding, just like you, joy, love, acceptance, peace, celebration of everyone, embracing everyone, no matter who you are, where you're from, what you're doing. So yeah, it's all rooted in childhood. And
And you think of the families that are really good at doing that. Just like your father sat at the table while you did homework and he's journaling. So you're seeing him do his writing. Right. You're doing your writing. What a role model example. Yeah. All your families out there right now, think about that. You could be journaling for just 2 or 3 minutes at the table with your children or grandchildren, and what an impact that could make.
Yes. And concurrent with that, Joanie, our mother was at law school, working full-time all day, law school at night, for 3 years, studying on the weekends, and she was demonstrating that hard work and sacrifice pay off.
Yes.
Because she passed the bar exam on her first try, and she didn't become a lawyer to save the world. She became a lawyer to send her 2 daughters to college, because our father would be retiring right when we hit 18 because he was older.
Okay.
So she literally sent me and my sister to the University of Michigan. No scholarships, no financial aid. She paid for it herself because she became a lawyer.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Yeah,
that is amazing. Oh, I know. There's an emotional attachment there. It's not the money that gets you to college, but it was like she did that for you and for Catherine.
Right. And so with that, demonstrating the hard work, that taught us to be very industrious and have a strong work ethic with our company.
Right on. And the title of this show is Joyously Free, Elizabeth. To me, that is like a joyously free moment. And I could see it in your eyes when you had a little bit of tears, a little bit of welling of water in there when you talked about that, about your mom. And I have not met your mother. I look forward to the day that I get to, and I will see your dad when I get to heaven. And I know my Carol and your dad are probably conversing and talking right now as our 2 angels up there. But I guess my point is joyously free. I had a blast writing with you, co-authoring the book Joyously Free. Will you talk about your experience working with me and contributing writers about Joyously Free?
Well, first of all, I absolutely love the title. I love the cover of the exploding rainbow colors that we selected that you now have tattooed on your arm. So I just glanced at that book cover and I'm so happy. And not only do you and I get to share our stories, but having 32 contributors, most of whom had never been published before, was huge. That is an act of being joyously free, to share your story. Some of whom had, never done that about being gay or LGBTQ plus, because that's huge, scary. You don't know how people will react. And that's a bold act. And that's our mission, is to help people be bold, free,
and sparkle,
and proud, and sparkle, of course. Yes.
Oh, good.
So I loved that book. I still love that book. It makes me happy just to look at it.
And it's filled with such guidance and literal information that can help people. And it has saved lives. It has helped other people come out. It has helped families, especially grandparents and parents that are questioning, how do I deal with, how do I accept, celebrate, even use pronouns for my daughter that has just transitioned to a man? And how about my grandson that has come out as bisexual? So many issues that book has helped with. And I'm so happy about that.
Well, that, Joanie, like we talk about on our podcast on YouTube every Friday, how it's not just a book, it's a mission. And it really is part of the mission of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, to promote people and inclusion, diversity, love, joy. And the book Joyously Free is so a part of that, because everyone should be embraced and celebrated for love. We don't understand how love can inspire hate in some. When people are in love with, doesn't matter what other gender, some people cannot accept that. We are just boggled. We don't get it. So when we publish a book promoting love is love, it is just a beautiful contribution to the world.
It just gives me chills when you say that.
It's true. It's true. That's our mission, because our parents' interracial marriage back in the 60s, it was still illegal in 16 states for people to have an interracial marriage when they married, which is dumb. We just cannot comprehend that.
Segregation, discrimination.
All of it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's love. Period.
That wins.
Period.
Yep.
Love wins, right? Oh
Always.
my gosh. Yeah.
Always and always.
I love it. So anything we can do to contribute to that message, we do. And being a publisher with that mission is very powerful.
Awesome. Just a few nights ago, you had the privilege, and contributing writers had the privilege, to meet you face to face, eyeball to eyeball, for the first time. What was that like?
Oh my gosh. Oh, at the beautiful reception that you hosted in an oceanfront home. Thank you, John and Ron. That was beautiful. Joanie, that was beautiful. Especially Doris, both Dorises, but Doris and Kathy.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this lady, she's 93? 93?
I'm going to say 90-something. Yes.
Oh my God, here's this lady, so powerful, so strong, and been at it for decades, way before all the freedoms of today. I admire her so much. Blows my mind. I just hugged her and hugged her and hugged her. Oh my gosh, like, she's a trailblazer just like you. Doesn't care what the world thinks. She did her thing. She loved her partner how she wanted to, way before it was open and out as the world is today.
Right. And her story is so cool. She wrote it in Joyously Free. And her story is she was married to a man, has children, has grandchildren, and then left that relationship when she realized this is really not my true self. It was, I'm not being authentic. And she fell in love with Kathy. And the way she wrote it in the book, Joyously Free, just touches your heart. It's just incredible. And then meeting Sally and Todd.
Yes. And Bob and Diane.
Correct. Correct.
That was amazing to meet them. And just face to face, because we all corresponded over Zoom and email for the book, but to meet them face to face and to thank them for contributing to our book was amazing.
Right. Yeah. And you're so full of gratitude and thank you. I think you must say that a zillion times a day, but it's all so beautifully expressed when you say that. It means something. Some people can say things like all the time and it doesn't mean anything, but when you say thank you, I know you mean it, and same with Catherine.
Oh, thanks, Joanie.
Yeah. And that's a good point for all the listeners. So right now I want to thank the listeners for being with us. You could be doing anything else right now, but I'm so glad you're with us. I'm so glad you're with us.
Speaking of gratitude, Joanie, Catherine and I dedicated our new book to our parents for the very reasons that I stated.
Oh, wow.
Thomas Lee Atkins and Marilyn E. Atkins, Judge Marilyn E. Atkins. We dedicated it to them, and we had a book sent to my mother. She said, "Thanks for the book." And we're like, "Did you read the dedication?" "Oh, no, I'll read it in the morning." I'm like, okay. She wrote her book, The Triumph of Rosemary, and she's like, "I don't need your tips." But anyway, she read the dedication and she was,
that's a mom for you.
Totally. And a judge. She's like, "I can do this myself." And she rocked it. Everybody loves her book because she wrote it in a conversational way, and it's hopefully going to be a movie soon. So
that's so cool.
Thank you.
That's so cool. And speaking of your mother, I think of my good friend Daniel.
Yes.
And so Dan and I just recently had a trip down to Loreto, Mexico, and he shared with me that he has read your mom's book 3 times, and from the beginning to the end, nonstop, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours later.
Amazing.
Can you talk about that?
That blew my mind when we did our podcast. Joanie and Daniel were on the beach in Mexico and I was in the snowbound Michigan. But that was fun. But Daniel revealed that he's read this book multiple times, and his statement is that if she can do this, I can do anything. And that's really the point of a book. It's just fill people with that kind of inspiration.
Right. Right. So true. So true. Well, I know we're going to be winding down in a few minutes, but I want to ask, are there any tips that you would like to share that maybe you've already shared at this beautiful South Coast Writers Conference as a recap or a summary, or anything else on your heart? Any tips? Any tips?
Yes. Everybody should write their life story, whether you publish it or not. The act of writing your life story, reflecting on what you've done throughout the decades of your life, is an act of self-love, affirmation, empowerment. You are going to be filled with awe that you survived certain things and you're still standing, that you learned from all the things you'd never gave up because you're still here, and that you have lessons to share. And so please write your story. Just start today. Start with making a list of all the stories you always tell at dinner parties or with people you just met. Write those down and start writing them out. And if you don't want to write physically, you can do it into your phone app, the audio app, and just start talking the stories out. And then you do voice to text, and you don't have to do any writing yourself. But just write it down. Your family will love it. It's your legacy, and it should be preserved.
Absolutely. And related to that, I think back when you were my coach and you said, "Joanie, what are the stories you always tell people?" And they're funny ones. It was the javelinas, these wild boar that came into our condo and they're running all around, and you have to read about it and none better. But the bottom line was these 5 humongous boars, 100 pounds with coarse hair and big tusks are running into the sliding glass door. And then the scene of Carol and I at the St. Patrick's Cathedral, and the holy water spilled all over, and I have a wet t-shirt act. And so, but so when you're writing down these things, you're going to have hilarious ones, and you're going to have really, really deep, saddening, hard, depressed kind of things that come out. And so what I loved about your coaching and your experience, and you've shared that here at the seminar, is to be authentic and let that writing heal you.
Yes, absolutely.
Would you comment just a little bit on that?
Yes. So when you write about it, you're purging. There's all this pent-up energy around the trauma, the pain, the hurt. And when you write about it, you purge it out of your body. Just like if you have an upset stomach and you throw up, your body got rid of that offending substance so you feel better. And that's what happens when you write. It's very healing. It allows you to reflect and release it, literally.
Perfect. Okay, 20 seconds. Give us a quick little final comments.
Oh, okay. Everybody, please write your book. I'm very grateful that I'm here with you, Joanie. And everybody, please get our book, Write Your Book in a Day, the blueprint for turning your book dreams into published reality.
And where do they get it?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble, twosisterswriting.com, anywhere you buy books online. It's a brand new book, and it will change your life.
Absolutely. And if you're in Brookings, Oregon, it has been donated and at the library.
Yes.
Check public library.
And it will be in the Crescent City Library soon.
Right on. Right on.
Thank you, Joanie.
Oh my gosh, Elizabeth, this is so cool. It's like high fives, hugs, and everything. So I want to thank you, the beautiful listeners on the gorgeous Southern Oregon area, the middle of the Rogue Valley, and of course, Northern California, the majestic Rogue Valley, the coastal area right here. We have enjoyed you being joyously free with us today. We hope you've been inspired, challenged, and have had great stories and tips to give you the guts to go do and what recommended by Elizabeth. Write your book. Wowzer, wowzer. What a phenomenal day with you. High tens, hugs, lots of clapping. If we could have a clapping app, that would be great. We want to thank Tom and Mike, and especially Mike, for setting this up here at SWAC, Southwest Oregon Community College, right in this room here. It's fantastic. We want to thank KCIW, KZZH, KSKQ. Please share this. Re-listen to it. Let's give a couple shout-outs to the people that sponsor Joyously Free Radio. Steve Van Cleve up in Alaska. Sally and Todd Roy. Thank you so much for making this dream a reality. Remember, you can find my books or you can find more of these podcasts right here locally and or around in any of those areas. So with that, on behalf of KCIW, KZZH, KSKQ, Nate Dogg, Jeff, Mike, Tom, Candace, Rose, we say thanks for tuning in. See you around town. Smile big and
wear bright colors.
Thank you. Love you, everybody.
Thanks, Joanie.